What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
You look at the Clippers as a stepbrother.
I look at them as a adopted brother that we really didn't want. And my mama went and adopted him when we wasn't looking. Now, we got to share all our food with them, our clothes with them, and everything. Man, when they gonna move out?
It's my personal pressure that I'm putting on myself, which is, I don't really believe in pressure much, but I believe in myself and I know what I'm capable of.
How much of that is drawn from the idea that there were people this summer more than ever wondering if you were washed?
Well, I don't know, man. I need me at the cleaners.
Talk about it.
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Welcome, family, Above the Rim podcast family, to another edition of Above the Rim, brought to you, as always, the way I feel like bringing it. As you already know, brought to you, as always, by your honorable host, Justin, a.k.a. Just Blaze. And man, do I have some heat for y'all chumps this evening. Some heat this evening. I feel like calling this one a throwback right here. But I don't know if I have enough episodes yet to call it a throwback. But in studio with me, part one, all the way from, I don't know where you all the way from. But the family hasn't heard my man in a minute. Host of the Gray Area, my man Jarv. What's good, brother?
Yeah. It's good to be back above the rim. Did my calf raises. I'm back. What it is?
What's good? And all the way joining us from Cali, also returning from a baby sabbatical. I mean, y'all heard him a few episodes ago with Reem. But all the way from Cali, host of Open Run with BTG, my man Bella the Great. What's good, dog?
Man, they say it don't rain in Southern California. They be lying to you, though.
I heard they were lying, and it's snowing over here, too, quite early.
Yeah, man.
You got tornado warnings in Arizona. What's going on in the West Coast, bro? I'm concerned.
Fires.
Facts.
I stay away from Arizona. I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, man, the weather out there is just crazy. Just come east, bro. It's just snow. We good.
Come east.
It's just snow. I'll deal with this just rain for a bit.
So family, you can listen to Above the Rim anywhere you listen to podcasts: iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, YouTube, lineups.com. To get in contact with me, you can hit me up, follow me on Twitter at justblaze_513. It's JUSBLAZE_513. On IG is justblaze513. Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well, Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com. Call up to talk about it live for feedback, 908-718-1592. Jarv, where can the family find you, brother?
You already know what it is. Jarv TGA on Instagram, Chet_O'Hara on Twitter. My opinions on my own, my takes on my own. I might argue, I might not. It depends on the day. Holla at your boy.
My son said TGA, though. Baylor, where can the family find you, brother?
At Baylor the Great on all social media platforms. You can definitely find me up in the thread searching for any hashtag like with this, any hashtag apologize to.
Any 8-minute pre-diss videos too? Nah.
Hey, coming soon.
Diss tracks. First off, fellas, before we start, man.
Oh, man.
It's spicy already. Before we start, shout out to our boy Melo.
Oh, yeah.
For getting Western Conference Player of the Week. Can we get some love?
You see him.
I'm happy for Melo because I said something over the summer about I felt like for his own dignity, he need to get up out of here. But I'm glad that someone gave him a chance.
You threw a little stone at Melo.
I did because because it was like, look, bro, they was disrespecting him. It's like, how many times can you be punched in the face? What did it for me was the Olympic talk. Like, he's going to be a distraction from the U.S. team.
They were sending him to Puerto Rico.
Come on. Melo ain't deserve. I'd rather Melo retire than be treated like that.
Yeah, no, they disrespect him.
You know what I mean? I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's showing these busters that, Western Conference Player of the Week. What more do you want from this man?
Now, I would ask y'all, right? Do you think they gave him Player of the Week just off of GP just because it was a feel-good story, or do you feel like he earned that? Why you laughing?
I mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Because you know what it is. You know what it
to be
is.
nice about it.
Hey, man.
No, man,
whatever
it gets us
accolades
talking.
he get, he deserved it.
He did. No, he did. He did deserve it. He played well. 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 for a 3-0 streak, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the Blazers this week. He averaged 22-7 or something like that. But there were some guys with better numbers, I must say. But for culturistic purposes,
Off the street.
The NBA gets it
Took his
right.
hoodie off for Western Conference Player. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at it. Hey, I'm happy. And I know Reeves about to come over here next episode, so he want to go on the whole Melo.
He never got off that train.
Oh, never.
He would be talking about like football, free Melo. He would just swoop in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a question for Reem though.
Mm-hmm.
No, he'll get it. He'll get it when he come on. Though.
Oh, okay. So fellas, I didn't bring y'all on here to argue about Westbrook, right? I didn't bring y'all on here for that. We know the infamous battles there. The streets have been talking.
Oh yeah, empty calories, legendary.
I brought y'all here to talk about some Lakers, man. The Los Angeles Lakers, because I must say, I'm impressed, fellas.
Oh yeah.
I'm very impressed. 17-3 start, first in the West, tied for first in the league with the Bucks. The Lakers been on a roll to start the season. Laker Nation is hype. Laker Nation is talking a lot of shit on Twitter. I'll tell you that right now. They've been tearing apart their competition in some games. They've been closing out some lesser teams in some close games. I saw a lot today that also a lot of people have been criticizing their hot start, saying that in the 10-game or 11-game win streak they had, 10-game win streak, I believe, after it was snapped this weekend by Luka and the Mavs, that they haven't played any worthwhile competition. Playing teams such as the Suns they were throwing out, the Warriors, the Kings, the Hawks, the Thunder twice, the Grizzlies, Pelicans, Wizards.
I mean, they're not wrong, but good teams beat those teams, right?
Oh, good teams capitalize on the games that you're supposed to win.
Then I don't want to hear nothing.
That's how I look at it. To me, I look at it as a W. A W is a W.
Right.
And you got to play what the schedule gives you. So that's just how I look at it. But number 3 defense in the league, number 8 offense in the league right now. LeBron's giving you 25, 7, and 11 damn assists.
Oh, yeah.
AD.
Don't let that defense fool you.
That defense is fraudulent.
I can't wait to get into it. Yes.
Don't let it fool you. We'll get to it though.
Yes. AD's giving you 26 and 9 and 3 and 3 blocks, leading the team in every category except assists. So, Jarv, I'm gonna start with you. Obviously you're happy with the season. Bailey, you're happy with the season. There's 2 resident Lakers fans. So I want to ask you first, who has been your Lakers MVP thus far in this early start?
I mean, if you're not taking LeBron, you're just trying to look for nuance, or you
can take anybody.
Nah, it's LeBron. Okay. LeBron is that guy. I mean, AD, when the season first started, the first couple of weeks, he was averaging over 30 a night. They were single covering him. He was getting a lot of mid-post to high post to low post touches. As I think a couple of weeks ago, I read, they want him to step out to the 3-point line. He's becoming the stretch four that I was afraid he'd become next to LeBron. But
you want him to become a Chris Bosh,
right? But because we tell people that LeBron easily and clear, it's just part of the package. But it's LeBron, because every time we've needed a bucket, when we needed to slow momentum down, our team is making a push. LeBron's made the play. That step back 3 is looking automatic. I'm complimenting LeBron James. It's looking automatic.
Automatic.
When you need it, it's full. It's falling. So it's weird, bro. I watch the games and I'm like, I got to cheer for this guy. It makes me sick. But it is what it is. LeBron 25, 7, and 11. What more can you ask for?
Yes, he's at that.
So right now he's an MVP. I would prefer that they get back to what they did to start the season. We're getting AD more high percentage looks, though, because I think long term that's the better play.
Baylor, who's your Laker MVP thus far?
I took AD.
Tell me why.
I took AD because he adjusted he adjusted to playing with Bron, and Bron did accept the role of playing. I wouldn't necessarily say playing behind AD, but he's averaging 2 less points than his career high, his average career high. Snatching 9 boards, 3 less than what he's usually averaging. But that's what you're going to get when you have when you're working next to Howard and McGee and also LeBron, who's averaging damn near a triple-double. So, your point at your stats is going to go down a bit, but he's somewhat maintained it. And I think you can tip your hat and give it to LeBron, because I think when AD does take a rest, which he has, one game, he can hold his own.
Right.
Whereas AD under a Lakers jersey, we don't know yet. We just know that he can take over while LeBron is active. But he has dominated in that jersey thus far, and his return home, that was beautiful.
It was a bit contrived, though. They were trying to get him those numbers. I can't really put too much weight on that.
They definitely were trying to get him those numbers. But he still capitalized.
He made it happen. Fair enough. But
he still got to make
when the
shots.
Game was decided, it was 23. And the fair got to be fair. LeBron brought us home.
Yeah.
So. Right. I mean, if you're asking me to choose a burger or a hot dog, pause. Food is food. Both of them are really good.
True. So I agree with both of you guys. I'm gonna go LeBron as default right now, because I do feel like what I do see out of LeBron, I see a little bit more or a tad bit more aggressiveness out of him this season, which is what I like. Because I remember last year, I talked a lot of shit about LeBron with his passiveness or passive aggressiveness,
sabotage,
and I wanted to see attacking LeBron, and I saw none of that last year.
Right.
I saw very lackadaisical LeBron. So I do see a man on a mission type of game that I see with LeBron James right now. A lot more going aggressive to the basket, a lot more. He's shooting those I can't believe you said automatic step back threes, but he's been making those shits.
Can I say something? Can I say something about that? I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick because I could see it. I can see it coming.
Oh, I see it a mile away.
How they you can defend that shot,
bro.
I don't understand.
You can see that coming really a mile away.
No closeout, no nothing.
Did y'all notice that?
He looks at the ball.
Yeah.
First of all, he looks at the ball a couple of times, and then he does the smallest step back.
But you know what? He dribbles like 3 times, like 3 or 4 times. It's a standstill dribble, and then it's a little try to do a quick sidestep, and then by that time you can't really block it that far out.
But
you could defend it a little bit better than what they're doing.
Say it again, Baylor.
No, I was going to say they could defend that a little bit better. LeBron is not a lights out shooter. So if you wave at him a certain way, and I'm talking about when he's not on. So obviously when he's on, he's in the zone. That's with anybody. But early on in the first and second quarter, bro, if you wave at him, it's coming off. He's not a lockdown shooter like that. No. So I'm giving AD the slight edge because of certain moments during games. He actually won the game for us. What was it? I think it was either against Memphis or New Orleans when he stole the inbound.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He has knocked down some key free throws, and we all know about Bron when it comes down to those free throws.
Oh, we know that.
You know what I mean? So I feel a little bit more comfortable with AD shooting, even though he hasn't been locked down on the free throw line this year. But, I can pretty much...
What more you need, Baylor?
I'm talking about in key moments, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying in key moments.
But that's the whole team, though, I feel like. Yeah. Get a little bit better in key moments.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still no excuse, though. You still got to get better.
You still got to knock it down. You still got to knock it down.
You definitely do. So I'm glad I both knew that. I knew that we all were going to bring up AD and LeBron as MVPs thus far. So I brought up also that LeBron's giving you 25, 7, and 11. 11 assists is career high. AD 26 and 9, 3 blocks. Leading the team in every category except assists. And when I look at how this Lakers roster is constructed, it's a little top heavy, in my opinion. Right? So you're getting a lot of production out of your 2 main stars. So you got 25 and 26. Next best is Kyle Kuzma at 11 points per game, which is a major drop-off. Then you got Avery Bradley at 9, who's out right now. You got Danny Green at 8. You got Rajon at 8. You got Contavious. What's Contavious giving you? 6? No, 7. Excuse me. JaVale 7. Dwight 7. So when you look at how the statistics are dispersed between the team, obviously it's heavily predicated on LeBron James and Anthony Davis production. So we know AD can be I can't even say semi. He is technically an injury-prone player. He's been hurt every single year. So
Definitely.
So I know now I saw in an interview or something like that, he's making a conscious effort to try to play 82 games, but I think he missed one game. I don't know if he could pull that off, but
His shoulder hurt after the third game.
I know, I saw that. I got him on my fantasy team, so I was a little pissed. I'm like, come on, AD.
Then he had the elbow injury.
Yeah, elbow.
Was it against Utah, I think?
No, New Orleans.
Somebody.
Was that
New Orleans, yeah.
Memphis?
Yeah, it was New Orleans because it was Hart that ran into him.
Yes, you're right. So when I look at this and I look at, like I'm saying, this top heavy, I want to ask you fellas, Bella, I'm going to start with you. Do you feel like LeBron and AD can both sustain this level of excellence throughout the whole season and then some going toward into the playoffs? Because in order for the Lakers to sustain this top 2, top 3 record, they're going to need that production every single night. Now, do you think they can sustain it? Health-wise, production-wise, all of that?
No, absolutely not. But that goes with every team, though, because right now you can look down here in Portland and they haven't sustained anything coming off of last season.
Yeah.
So anytime, and especially with our roster, see, we got two superstars that, well, not so much with LeBron, but he's up in age, and we can see that Father Time is knocking on his door, and AD is, injury prone. So, no, I don't think we could sustain it, but I don't think any team is going to do that. I think this is the year where cats got to just get to the big dance. They just got to get there. And home court advantage don't really mean nothing to us in LA because we're worried about the cats across the hallway, and we share the same gym. So that wasn't really matter to us. We just got to get there. So I'm actually more impressed with what the Clippers is doing than the way we started off. Because they've been resting their players a little bit more and still maintaining a high level of respect.
But they're a little bit deeper as a team.
They're deeper by 2 players.
I mean, that's 2 big players, but
yeah.
2 big players. So you're looking at 4. You're looking at 4 versus our 2.5 right now.
Yeah. And that's basically what it might come down to in a playoff series too, which is going to be very interesting to watch. But Jarv, I'm gonna ask you: can LeBron and AD sustain this for the entire season and thereafter?
No. Off the rip,
knows?
We got to be realistic about what the Lakers are doing. LeBron James, his body has already shown that he's not washed, but it's getting there. I go back to night 1.
Raymond.
That's a fact. Night 1, that loose ball that he couldn't get to, that Kawhi got there. LeBron, he's not as bouncy anymore. True. The ground shakes a little more when he lands off of those dunks. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't ask this man to continue carrying the load he's carrying. That usage rate is stupid. The ball is in his hands too much. AD, the history speaks for itself. And these are your pillars. Like you straight up decided you're gonna go full pillar with this team. Yeah. 2 superstars, and then we figure out we going back to the early 2000s, Shaq, Kobe, and then pieces. And somebody's gonna show up on each night and show out. That's not gonna work because these guys are not giving you 82. I frankly need LeBron to take a night off. This whole thing about I want to play 82 games, that's silly. Like LeBron City playing no. Play your 68. AD play your 68, and let's get to the spring. I don't think it's a good idea. I think LeBron's playing himself into a potential injury. I'm not calling it, but he's an older player. We've seen this movie countless times. The old dude wants to prove a point. He's not old. He's not washed up. He's not losing a step. And then he takes a giant leap backwards. Yeah. So I think Laker brass needs to save LeBron from himself at some point. I think AD's already on that. He already took a game off. There's going to be many more of those to come. I think they're trying to get through Christmas before you start sprinkling those days off. Being that they've kind of found money with the record, 17-3, you could kind of steal a couple of more extra games now because you know what? We didn't expect to win 65 games. This team came in maybe to win 55, 56. So eventually those low management games are going to come. I hope, So no, this is not a good idea. Terrible idea. 68 for both.
See, but I don't know if they're really gonna hear you guys. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you 2 guys are in the minority.
Oh yeah,
in thinking this because I think majority of people think that they can sustain this level of excellence for 82 games because they do feel like LeBron is invincible for some reason.
AD can never give you 82.
Those people are not allowed in my house. So.
They really do think this man is invincible. They're like, oh, last year was an anomaly, basically.
Oh, that's
like,
the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that's what I said. Once he does sustain, and he was out for. I mean, we know he did stretch.
What you call it? What was it?
PTO days.
PTO days.
Yeah, he took a lot of PTO days last year, but this year, can he afford to take those kind of PTO days?
I mean,
he can. I think he can. Like I said, I think it's just a matter of getting to the big dance. I'm not really concerned about where we place at seed wise because everybody in the West.
A little.
Why?
I don't think we're good enough to play that.
Our ultimate opponent is the Clippers. We own that gym.
Yeah, but I don't think
so.
It
doesn't matter
to play with home court before we get into the conference finals. Though I just don't. Yeah. I don't think we have that equity just yet.
I'm not too concerned about any team other than the Clippers.
I hear that.
I mean, I agree with you there. Like when it comes down to it, yes. But remember, by that time, you're not gonna have this complete roster. Somebody is gonna get hurt.
True.
Maybe a key.
Well, you also have to say the same thing for the rest of the teams, though.
Yeah,
we're not the only team that has to go through changes or making adjustments for the second half of the season.
Yeah,
everybody else got to adjust to it.
We're the only team with an 18-year guy as our focal point,
and we're the only team right now at 17-3 besides Milwaukee.
All right, be optimistic.
So we must be doing something, right?
No, you're right, but we have to have both eyes open. We can't just be like, all right, we're 17-3 now. We're gonna be 82-5 or something crazy. Like you got to game plan for the worst, you know. And if that means scale back your stars.
No, I'm sorry about that. I was saying I felt like AD could have missed about 3 or 4 games.
I agree.
You know, have won those 3 or 4 games that he missed.
Maybe he lost 2 of those, possibly.
We probably
you know
so. It's
sometimes I feel like y'all need AD's production. Sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Like I feel like I'm watching these games because I watch every Laker game too, and I'm like, nah, they really need.
I want AD to touch the ball a lot more than he does right now.
I think he needs to touch the ball a little bit more.
You know what I mean? Like this pick and pop game, that's cool. Yeah. When I saw in the early season where they were single covering him on a block, I'm like, feed him 35 a night because you can't. If you put LeBron on his side of the floor, you can't double him. So keep run that back. But at some point they got away from now. And I'm getting upset because I already see like in the spring where we need buckets. AD's gonna be finding himself by the 3-point line or standing in the corner when he needs to be getting those. It's already happening, Just.
I've been seeing LeBron.
We're winning games. That's why people are quiet. But every time I see AD standing in that corner, I get mad. That's not what we got him here for. Get him in the block, get him in the elbows, occasional 3-point shot to keep him honest. Feature this supreme talent. He's not just a guy. That's a generational talent.
Oh, yes, he is.
You know what I mean?
I did like when I was watching that Mavericks game last night. Yesterday, early in the daytime, when he was bodying Porzingis down there in the paint. He caught an and one on him. I believe it was in the 3rd or 4th quarter. He called him little ass boy. Right? And Porzingis looked at him crazy. I'm gonna find that clip and send it to you.
Yeah, you should have had that for the opening.
I read his lips. He said, little ass boy. I said, that's what I'm talking
AD's
about.
A grown man.
Give him, and it was a little drive too from the baseline. It was a baseline and one that he had on Porzingis. And I was just like, give this man the rock.
Braun don't need to prove anything he hasn't already shown. Get this man the ball.
So I'm glad we're bringing up LeBron ball right now because that goes into my next question, segue. So we talked about when this roster was being made, Baylor Jarv. A lot of people talked about, I talked about point guard play on this roster because I wasn't a huge fan about the guard play as a whole, but then point guard play in particular. I'm not the biggest Rondo fan in the world. I don't think he fits well with LeBron, but some people think he does. I don't think he's the right person to play with LeBron, me in particular. But Danny Green is okay. Avery Bradley is solid. I like what he brings to the table. Not necessarily as a starter, but it depends who your other starter is. Who else in it? Who else is in your Daquan? Oh God, don't get me started on
Quinn Cook.
I mean, I call him Daquan. Wait, who's Daquan Cook? Is that somebody? No, Baylor. There's a Daquan Cook who used to play in the league, right? Or am I tripping?
That
sounds
true.
like a familiar name.
You are correct.
I'm about to say, I know I'm like.
And I want to say that Daquan Cook played for Miami.
Yes, that's
Was it
Daquan,
Miami?
number 14 on Miami.
Yo, I can't remember this dude.
so.
I'm like, I know I got Daquan
You're right,
from
though.
somewhere.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You're right though, because he popped up in my head, and I'm like, yo, bro, that's not him.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, hold up, this is
Daquan
You know
Cook.
what's crazy? I've been calling him Daquan every time.
Because you don't respect him. You don't even get his first name. That's what it is.
Zero respect, okay?
Oh,
Shout
my
out
God.
to Fleazy because that's his man, Daquan. Quinn Cook, that's Fleazy's man. So shout out to Fleazy.
Quinn
man.
Cook's solid, bro. He's not there to be anything special. He's there to fill a role.
No, well, me and Fleazy have a other beef about that because he tried to say Daquan was as good as Trae Young a year ago.
What?
Yes. So Fleazy,
no.
I know
Oh,
you gonna
no.
I mean, he
listen to
probably had a fade. He probably had a somewhat of a fair fade in college. He was solid in college.
this. No
Nah, Quinn
way.
Cook wasn't even Trae Young in college, bro.
No.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Trae Young
come
played
on,
against
I-
absolutely nobody.
Wow, please. I'm disappointed.
Please, man, please call up, man. So yeah, also on the bench you got Dwight, you got JaVale, you got I don't want to go. We're gonna talk about him later. Standing this bench player, Alex Caruso, that the world is standing. You got
The
Jarv.
God.
I feel like you should appreciate Caruso. He's aggressive. He attacks the rim.
I like
he
him, but
does
I'm
his
sick
job.
of Twitter made me
Oh,
dislike
yeah,
him.
you know.
I'm sick of him. A mural?
You know,
Come on.
He's white.
Hey,
He's white.
no.
So
That's what you
what?
gotta. That's why you gotta understand that we love our players out here until you mess up.
No, but that's out of control. A mural for this
It ain't
guy.
nothing out of control about that. It's just different.
You're not feeling the Caruso mural?
No, I'm not feeling Caruso.
LA
right
must
at
have
all.
a lot of wall space because they just put murals up very quickly.
Everybody.
Is there a lot of wall space?
Hey, come on. We got Nip over here. We got Kuz over here. We got Caruso over here. We got Brian over here.
Oh,
Come
that's
on,
too-
man. You gotta love
Oh,
it.
man.
It's too many.
Any
Too
Kawhi
many.
murals? No?
They had them.
Nah. They got billboards.
Okay.
But the
They
one that
see-
they had, Kawhi, they spray painted over it, right?
Oh,
They're not-
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they spray
you
painted
know,
over it.
Oh.
you know how we get down. You know how we get down.
Yeah, they're gonna have to move over to Inglewood or something like that. I'm ready for that. But yeah, so back to LeBron playing point guard all season. How do you guys feel about that? Because it looks like Frank Vogel, J Kidd, Lionel Hollins. I like your coaching staff, by the way. But it looks like y'all are going all out with this. LeBron is the point guard all year. How do y'all feel about that?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first, y'all.
I mean, I'm going to upset a segment of Laker Nation when I say this, but this goes back to my gripe when the trade happened. Trade Kuzma, keep Brandon Ingram. You need another person that can have the ball in his hands, has shown he can create, can get his own bucket, because as we've talked about so far, being so top heavy, and now you're asking LeBron on top of that to control the entire offense. Who is your secondary ball handler who can get to the rim and get a bucket? Who the defense can, rotate over to it and think about, Nobody. It's just LeBron and AD. Kuzma has been merely used as a catch-and-shoot guy who occasionally gets a dribble pull-up in here and there. You need another dynamic-ish player as a third option.
Playmaker.
Yeah, and I feel like our playmaker, even Lonzo, one of those two guys needed to stay. In my opinion, I hear Baylor sign in the background, but in my opinion, one of those two needed to stay just to make LeBron's life easier in the spring. That's what it's all about. It's the spring.
It is.
And we don't have a spring contingency plan, in my opinion. That point guard thing is great. LeBron been the point guard. I'm glad they finally admitted it after 17 years. But now is not the time to be riding this old superstar. We don't need that.
Baylor.
You know what? I agree with that health wise. I also I agree and disagree with the whole Rondo take. I think Rondo is good. I think Rondo is good for the team. I don't think Rondo is good on the floor with Bron. Because Bron is not a spot. I agree with him being on the team. I don't agree with him being on the floor at the same time with Bron.
Okay.
Bron is not a spot-up shooter. He's just gonna sit there and look stupid unless he's gonna cut to the basket.
He's not doing that much
definitely
at this point in his career.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm fine with him because look, he's a branch off of Scotty Street. He's the point forward. And I think a lot of people are not. Another reason why a lot of people are not feeling it is because we're used to seeing Bron in attack mode, and then he'll facilitate. Where now he's trying to take this backseat role and facilitate and get everybody involved. So it's going to look bad when we're not knocking down shots. But other than that, man, I don't have a problem with it. I don't want him to burn himself out like Jarv point.
Well,
that's cool.
Yeah. I agree.
But,
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but if it's working right now, I do feel like we have a stable of point. We're like the opposite of the Knicks.
Oh,
We got all point guards.
Stable of point guards. Stable means we got
no.
options.
See, we're mixing up the quality of point guards versus what we actually have on the roster. We do have all guards on the roster, whether they're point guards or shooting guards. We got 2 of them on the bench that hasn't even played.
They're like combo guards, though.
Every
guard on your team, I feel like
Chauncey Billups is probably the best combo guard he's a point guard. I'm talking about somebody that's going to handle the rock. I don't want Danny Green handling the rock at all. He hasn't learned how to dribble yet.
Yeah, he really does not.
Avery Bradley somehow became a point guard. I do not know how, but he's handling the rock.
Because he's not 6'6".
Quinn Cook is not good. Quinn Cook is not good enough to start, but he's playing his role. Caruso, the God, as of right now, is not good enough to start, but he's playing his role. So the only pure point guard we got is Rondo.
Rondo is a defensive liability, and he does so many questionable things in the half-court offense. For all the assists he does get, it's like he'll do 3 or 4 other things, and it's like, yo, what are you doing? Just move.
Listen, Rondo is mediocre
to the maximum.
He is so mediocre. I'm sick. I don't like Rondo Whitney, but I'm sick of his.
He's finished.
Listen, he gives you allowed 5 points.
Yes.
Allowed 3 assists. Allowed 5 points and 3 assists, and then a nerd wants to throw a plus minus at me and say, oh, well, Rondo was on the court with the bench unit with Kuzma and AD.
Yeah, but what happens when the opposing offense says, oh, Rondo on the floor, let's go get him. Go get Rondo.
I know Rondo, I feel like, has a reputation of being a defensive stalwart or a defensive stopper or some shit like that. He has some type of rep, but when I really see him play, guys are going at him. Do you notice every time he plays Chris Paul is giving him buckets?
Bro.
That's the reason why they got into that whole fight.
Rondo hasn't been a A1 defensive player since 2012, bro. It stopped a long time ago. But you know the league, reputation stays with you many years beyond your prime. But then even the Pelicans game a week ago, they singled him out over and over and over again.
It was switching on him.
Yes.
I believe. Yeah. I was like, there's a lot of switching on to Rondo.
He's fooled right now. I'm sorry, Rondo.
Well, see, that's why I really don't like LeBron James at the point. Like, I feel like we already know that he's going to be on the ball no matter what. But I feel like I don't want to say overkill, because then it sounds like I'm like nitpicking because you guys are winning. But it's also a little bit of the schedule, but I don't want to go that far because then you got to play whoever's in front of you. But when it gets down to like a really deep playoff series, you got a guy like Kawhi, basically. And Paul George, who can switch off on you, who can actually really play up on LeBron James and have the same amount of strength as him. Where he
energy you burning.
Exactly. Where he can't bulldoze you from the 3-point line in order to create a play, right? So after that initial play breaks down, you got AD who can get his own shot, but he may have 10, 8, 7 seconds in the clock, not quick enough to get to the basket from where he's at. Yeah, so you need a guard that can actually penetrate a lot better, and I don't feel like Rondo is that guy.
And to piggyback that point, I see it as part of the reason why we're not getting enough AD touches is because LeBron gets into his rhythm, and LeBron has a habit of picking and choosing when certain guys should score. Like he'll know that he's going to Just on this play. You know, the next play I'm going to go to Baylor, then I'm going to come back to Jarv. Sometimes good point guards know, all right, we got AD over here, Braun move. AD here, go to work. AD here, go to work. And then Braun might see that, and he might just cut back door for an easy lay, or just have his attention be a gravitational pull to the opposite end of the floor so AD can have more space to work. But if it's just LeBron on the ball, he has a bad habit of stifling out the guy's rhythm. Yes. And we don't need that again in the spring, because it's easy to defend when you have 2 top level players. And if we take one of them out the fray, the Clippers have a defensive minded team to where they're capable of taking one of them out the fray, or at least making them uncomfortable enough to make them inefficient. We need that other guard to kind of get in the middle of that and make it just so like, all right, you can't just focus on one guy and let the other guy cook.
Simple pick and roll. Just a little something to switch it up. So, Bail, let me ask you, do you feel like you have a guy on the roster, on your supporter cast, that can, I'll word it like this, tell LeBron no, basically, when it's time to play LeBron ball?
Other than AD? No, we don't really have.
Guy? Do you think AD is that person that can tell him no and he'll listen?
I'm not sure if he is that guy, but he should be that guy because he's just as important as Bron is on that roster. So yeah. So other than that, no, everybody still looks up to Bron on that roster.
Yeah.
You know, even with
it's
a problem, but it's also like you're playing with. I mean, you gotta look where Danny Green has championship experience. Rondo has championship experience. Now, Rondo would be that guy, but you got to stay healthy enough to say something to Bron.
True.
Whereas Danny Green is like, I won championships as well, but Bron is still that guy. And he has gotten there a lot more times than Danny Green has. So you really can't, you got a plethora of coaches on the bench as well that should be stepping up and saying something.
Yeah. True. So really quick, before we move on to the supporting cast, I want to talk about AD real quick. So AD has some great numbers. He's a lot of people are now vaulting him into this category of Laker big men and Laker lore right now. So I want to ask y'all too, as huge Laker fans. So let's say, for instance, he wins a title, AD, in a Laker uniform. Let's say maybe two, maybe one or maybe two. Is it possible that he could ever crack the top 3 all-time Laker big men? Laker history. Is it possible? Or is that top 3 already
that's
locked?
Impossible.
You know who that top 3 is?
That's impossible. That's impossible for this lifetime. You're not going, bro. You're not the lowest one on the totem pole might be Shaq.
That's the top 3 that people usually. Oh, you should see Jarv's face right now, Bill. It's we got Kareem, you got Wilt, you got Shaq. That's usually the unanimous top 3.
Right.
Now, if AD wins 2 titles, numbers are better. He's there for the long haul after LeBron retires in 2-3 years. Carrying the team, multiple playoff appearances. Maybe not another title by himself, but you're always a contender.
Yeah.
But you already won 2 titles before LeBron left. Is it possible he can't possibly crack that?
How? I don't even know if that's mathematically possible.
I'm asking. It's all
you can get on a wall. You can get on a wall. Hell, Baylor got on a wall.
I mean, can I get in?
Okay.
if we talking what players accomplished prior to joining the Lakers and their overall body of work, then I can understand Baylor's stance on why that top 3 is impenetrable. But if we factor in, I'm taking Shaq and Cap out of the equation. Those guys won at a high level in Laker jerseys. Cap won 5, I believe, as a Laker. Shaq won 3. If my memory serves me correctly, Wilt only won 1 with the Lakers, right? And there was a lot
for Philly before.
There was a lot of disappointments alongside Jerry West in the purple and gold, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he shouldn't even be the logo.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is, based on Justice's question, if AD comes,
what I'm saying,
pulls the Lakers out of this 6-year doldrum, right? Wins a chip, wins another chip. Let's say he gets a Finals MVP where the roles truly swap with him and LeBron, and considering he's already, I think, the top PER player ever. At least at one point, he had the highest PER,
he's
right?
Definitely like top 3.
The numbers are gonna be there to support it.
That's
the accolades are gonna be there to support it. He has more rings than Wilt as a Laker. There's a conversation to be had, is all I'm saying. I'm not willing to fully.
Does he hit the hat trick?
But he had, what's the hat trick? The MVP?
The hat trick, MVP, Finals MVP, and a ring.
That's what I said. If you get a ring, you said also ring, Finals MVP, and MVP. If he gets
like
all
regular
3,
season MVP? You mean regular season MVP, Baylor?
Right. Yes, regular season.
If he gets all 3, Will got to move.
Okay, you go.
Regular season MVP?
You gotta move.
Yes. Nice. We was just talking about last year how Harden was putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Yeah.
But I mean, we talking championships,
That's
brother.
what I'm saying.
2 chips.
Okay, so
Finals MVP and a league MVP. Will has to move.
You got to give me 2 then, bro. You got to give me a hat trick and then one more championship.
As a Laker, he would have done more than Wilt did as a Laker. Would he not have?
Jury-wise, yes.
That's what I'm talking
a fact.
about. That's what it's about, right?
Baylor, you are all about jury, though. You do say.
I mean, no. But I want to make something. I want to bring back something. It's not just about jury, because we just finished talking about putting the God mural on the wall, and he ain't done nothing. So You know what I'm saying? So
Now
I
you're
get
right, but I think
I'm just asking if a conversation
I think
can be
AD's
had.
the closest thing we've had to Wilt since Wilt as far as skill set goes. And if he wins and he's the guy, because again, I believe when the Lakers did win that championship, it wasn't Wilt who got finals MVP, if memory serves me correctly. He was number 2, wasn't he?
You know what? Fellas, I'm going to throw you one even better.
Okay.
I'll ask you this. Is AD right now, is he above Pau Gasol?
No.
Lakers big man
No.
Okay.
No.
Man.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
Nah.
how much Pau won? 2.
Pau won 2, went to 3 straight finals.
2 or 3 shit.
Yeah.
So if AD wins 1, is he over Pau?
No.
No, you got to know.
So then
Judge,
is it all about jury? I'm just trying to figure out.
asking the wrong people.
That's why I put the resume in. The
Judge,
accolades.
Judge, you asking the wrong people. You got to ask the haters because apparently Gasol meant more to the Lakers than Kobe did at the time.
Oh,
So
no.
if that's the case, you know
If that's the case, Gasol will go big ever. Then if that's the case,
Yeah, but so he has. So all right. So he's under Pau.
he's underpowered
I'm
right
like,
now.
because I'm
Walking in the
actually
door.
interested. I thought y'all would give me the easy answer. I actually thought y'all would say no
Nah,
matter
because
what.
we seen Powell put in work. I mean, we also saw Powell come up small when it really mattered the most, but we saw Powell put in work. So AD has to get some rings.
Remember, his numbers will be better.
True.
I guarantee you that the numbers will. I don't know if it's better than Will. The Will had some ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But in the Will battle, it have to be jury.
Like all NBA rings, MVP, Finals MVP, all these things will
Who else
factor
is
in.
another great, like a big man. James Bird, does he count as a big man?
He was like a
6'8",
small 4 pound,
He was like
kind
a
of blend.
tweener.
Yeah.
Well, he got. All right, we going straight up big man.
In Laker lore, no way. I think Worthy's more untouchable than Wilt. And if you ask certain people based on the Showtime lore, bro.
Wow. Okay, so AD, I gotta see, man. I really want him to win some jury over there because I do want to see where he can fit in because I think it'll be real interesting.
Nah, he's different. You know
Remember,
what it is?
the new school is gonna automatically vote him past.
But just, you know, when a dude gets
You're
on your
correct with
team,
that.
you really start watching him play. I'm like, this dude is different. Like, I as good as I knew he was, I was fronting on him. Like, this guy's really good.
He really is.
So I want to see him on my team for at least 5 years, you know, and then we can see what it is.
Anthony Davis.
I mean, it was just a year ago, if not a show ago, where I don't know if we all agree, but I know I said that Bron got to give us 2 to even think about getting a statue outside.
There ain't no statue for Bron, bro.
I think they would.
Do your 4 years to get out, you know. Let's get out of here. Or 3.
If we did it, it is just to be added, you know, something added to look at outside. That's all.
Wait, does Kareem have a statue?
He just
Kareem definitely have the sky hook out there.
Yeah.
He does or does he?
He does.
He does. Oh, okay.
He does.
Wait, so how many statues are out there?
Too many.
You got
I'm like, wait a
Kareem,
minute.
you got Kareem, you got Magic, you got Shaq, you got Baylor, you got Chick, you got Gretzky, and then we got
De La
Kobe coming up
Hoya.
next.
So Kobe's coming up next.
Yeah, he should be next.
You forgot
Yeah,
the
they
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, and I
statue.
forgot
Oh.
Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie just got
Lisa
one.
Leslie?
God. Where they putting all these
Yeah.
statues at?
Shout out to LA to having a million statues out
Yo,
there.
Staples Center the Mecca. I'm sorry, Knicks fans.
Yeah, I mean, you can low-key throw a party out there because you already got some cats out there.
Yo,
Oh,
seriously,
man.
man. Damn. So we'll see. But yeah. So I want to talk about the Lakers supporting cast a little bit because that seems to be the major blip in this roster, I would say, that a lot of people criticize. So I went down the bench right now. You got Kuzma giving you, I would definitely want to talk about him, giving you a measly 11 points, only playing 22 minutes tonight. You got Avery giving 9. You got Danny Green, 8, Contavious, JaVale. No highlights, or I should say no studs really coming off that bench. Well, we thought Kuz is supposed to be a stud. We thought Kuz was supposed to be greater than what he's showing right now. So, Jarv, I'm asking you, judging you as you watching the Lakers this year, how can you evaluate Kuzma's performance as a whole right now?
Kuzma is a moving target because it's like there's a few games where he's still doing some of the goofy things he did as a rookie. You can see LeBron's frustration in his face when Kuz does certain things.
Yeah,
But then
I
it'll
do
be a
see that.
fourth quarter where he's wetting consecutive shots, getting runner here, a couple of 3-pointers. So he's a guy who might begin to run with a couple of big shots or momentum stifling shots. So it's like, yeah, I'm starting to like get into conspiracy mode where it's like, are they saving Kuz right now because he didn't have a preseason, and at some point they know Braun is gonna have to scale back, and then they'll unleash Kuz, or is it that Vogel just doesn't trust what he sees? You know, because Kuz was supposed to be the third guy.
Yeah,
they're not using him as a third guy. I don't think the ball moves enough for him to be a real equitable third guy. So something is amiss right now when it comes to Kyle Kuzma and the Lakers. I think right now I think they're putting so much stock in getting the relationship down between AD and LeBron that the rest of the team as a whole is suffering as far as what their true roles really are.
That's an interesting way to look at it. So you don't feel like Kuz really truly knows his role right now?
No, Kuz just gets buckets when he can, and when the ball comes to him. Think about when you watch us play, right? Kuz doesn't look patient on the floor. If Kuz gets the ball, the ball's going up.
Yeah, he definitely wants to shoot. He's a little trigger happy.
Right, there's no rhythm to that.
Yeah. Baylor, what's your evaluation on Kuz this year?
If we've seen, if this is the average Kuz or below average, I think that's a plus for us.
Okay.
Because we've seen what he can do when he doesn't have to defer to anybody. He's playing behind AD and Bron. It's hard for him to find a rhythm that he needs. And like I said, I'm not in the huddle, so I don't know what plays that they're calling. I do know that when he's on the floor with either or none of them, then he needs to be more aggressive. That's it. That's on him. But we don't know. We don't know if Vogel is doing that. Well, maybe let's get everybody involved so you don't have the focus on one player. I'm not mad at it. Does he need to step up a little bit more? Yes, he does. He was 1 for 8 the last game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was.
So he does need to knock down the shots that
8 shots isn't enough. He needs 12 at least.
He does need more, but is that a bad thing if he's not getting the 8 shots and it's being spreaded around?
I think so. It should be a bad thing because he should be your third most aggressive scorer. Like he should be, and he's supposed to be. And I feel like he has no reason not to be, other than when I look at him play, I feel like he's getting into his head a little bit. Like I feel like he's hearing a little bit of the outside noise. Like, Kuz, you supposed to be that guy. LeBron traded away all the young guys. He traded away Ingram. He traded away. Well, look how Ingram is balling over here. He's better than you.
I'm looking.
I'm not. I don't know about that narrative though. That narrative is getting old to me.
What, that Ingram is better?
That period, like Ingram is good, but I don't separate them. I put it to you like this. I put it by a lot.
Yes.
Bro, we just finished complaining last year. I need to know what do we want in life?
I wasn't complaining about B.I.
Look, it's different Lakers fans everywhere. Right. I just want to know, what are we complaining about?
Last year we said from B.I.
Yeah, but Ingram wasn't getting that when he was playing with Bron.
But he was,
because the narrative was he couldn't play next to Bron. So what is it?
But Baylor, before he went out with that vein issue, he was averaging 25, bro.
And what was it doing?
Stretch.
He had a stretch where he was averaging 25 a night. Him, Kuz, and LeBron was getting buckets, bro.
And how much is he averaging now?
He's averaging like 23, if I'm not mistaken.
And where are they at?
That's not his fault.
It's less pressure over there, bro.
But if he showed you before he got traded in LA that he figured it out and was getting buckets. He was doing the thing.
Yeah, but honestly, when you look at it though, I don't. We're talking about something that we know B.I. could do already.
Right.
If it's just score. I mean, it's not like he's over there being a all-around LeBron James type. We knew he could score. True. He could score in LA. We knew he could pass a little bit. They had him at point guard for a couple of times last year. So I'm not that surprised about him scoring like that. I wouldn't say surprised. I like his aggressiveness.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing now. It's like, give me the ball. He's comfortable with him. Yeah. It's his own skin now.
He's definitely saying, give me the rock.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw Braun bail out in that Pelicans game too. It was a late game ISO. I think the game was tied. Like Lakers was up 1. And B.I. came up the court and Braun switched. So Braun know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm watching.
Hey, I'm with Bron on that. I'll be switching. Hey, Jarv, I'll be switching too. I don't have too much pride. I can't. You're not about to. Hey, he's on national TV. You're not about to embarrass me.
You're right.
Bro. Yeah. I know what you got. But look, man, I think we've seen glimpse of Kuz being in attack mode, he's just not consistent with it. And I think the main reason that they actually kept Kuz is because he was the only pure shooter that we had at the time.
Okay.
And we know that fits Bron's, that's what he likes, to kick it out to Kuz. I think Kuz is having a time battling on when to take over and how to take over.
Well,
and maybe they're just not, maybe Bogo is just not calling the plays for him.
That's what I was going to say, because I was going to throw it to Just here. I saw a few games where they had Kuz looking like Rip Hamilton. He was running around, coming off little pin downs, a lot of screens and everything. And I'm like,
but when he moves like that, I like it. When he moves like that, I like it, because Kuz is one of those. He got to have that ADHD type of game. He got to be moving around. He has to.
But fellas, let's be real. Is Kuz that good of a shooter to be running him off like Rip Hamilton, though? I mean,
I take my chances in the midi. I take my chances. 3-point, not so much.
Well, they run him off the 3-point line off those pin downs. They run him off like he's JJ Redick some of those times. I see. And I'm like, whoa.
He's not. See that, and that's where the problem lies, is that we keep comparing him to players that we feel like should be on the roster. Bro, we can't get that. Let's just chalk it up.
What, like a JJ?
So we got what JJ is over there he's eating good over there. Yeah. So just let that be. Let that be. We got what we got. Now we got to work with what we got. Yeah, now come. Go ahead.
No, but I was saying, but they have to put them in the optimal positions to succeed, which I don't feel like. I feel like Kuz is just out there, like, yo, get it when you get it.
Just running around.
Yeah, like, yo, son, just get it when you get it. When you get the rock, sure, score.
Well, he's the last. He's the last. He technically he's the last player to be added to the roster coming off of the injury. Fair. Everybody else has been playing together.
Yeah, but he has a hierarchy over the rest of them. I mean,
because of what he did last year, but you still got to play yourself back in.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's never played
games now. I feel like he got a good 10 games. That's a little decent sample size.
According to
okay, so I need to know. I need to know. I need to know what is it going to be? Is it still too early, or is it enough?
I think it's enough games right now. So with that being said, is there at all a possibility that Kuzma could be moved or on a trading block?
Look, man, only if it makes sense. Only if it makes sense. As of right now, no.
What if you want to get a playmaker like we talked about? What about a playmaker?
Hey, y'all got the pitchforks and the fire for him. I don't.
No pitchforks, man. I'm just watching them. That's all.
Twitter got the pitchforks for him right now.
A lot of the cats from Twitter not allowed in my house. All I'm saying is, if he's playing bad right now and we're 17-3, how is that not a plus? We know he could play better than this. Now, I would say he got to go if he has this type of performance in the playoffs.
Okay.
That's too late, though. So that means you're giving him the whole year, basically.
Bro, we got about 62 more games to go.
The only reason I'm bringing up Kuz on the trading block is because, in reality, if we're being real about ourselves here, that's the only asset the Lakers have to trade. If they want to make a move, if you do want to upgrade, if you're like, we can't win a title with this roster right now, because if we do sustain an injury to LeBron, to AD, and he missed 14, 15 games or something like that, now we have to really rely on one and may break down the other one more because we don't have that depth. And because Kuzma is starting to look unreliable right now in the early part of the season, then they're like, what can we offer somebody? No picks.
You know who Kuz looked like? Kuz looked like one of those Phoenix players. So you got to tell
Phoenix.
But you got to tell me right now, if the trade makes sense, then we could talk. But don't just start, let's trade them.
Okay.
Well, the Lakers have expiring contracts too, so
they do.
It could be useful.
Plenty.
That's currency.
But the other team has to want them a little bit, like a little bit. What about? All right, I'm gonna throw this out. I know y'all about to get crazy. What if CP3 is on the table? I'm just asking.
A head up?
Huh? Who?
No, let me tell you something, Judge. Real quick.
Yeah.
I would want. You already know where I stand with CP3. If he's not coming off the bench, I don't want him.
I know. Got real disrespectful over there. I know.
That's not disrespectful. I want your boy to win a ring.
You know what? I'm not on the same page with Baylor on that. From what I've seen in OKC, there's still some game left.
There's a lot of game left. He's taking a major step back.
And one thing I'll say is slander aside. We gonna put that to the side for a second.
Basketball talk.
Basketball talk. If I've learned anything about Chris Paul in the last, I would say, 2 years, right? He's not an idiot. This run that James Harden has been on started with Chris Paul on the team.
Yes.
So if anything, he's learned how to let guys go off when necessary. So
look at SGA. He's averaging over 23 points.
There you go. I don't think he would need to come off the bench because I think he would understand that there is an AD and a LeBron. I don't need to be barking and pointing and getting moody with these two pillars of the roster right here. So I'm not fully against it, but it's just the money. That's fair. If OKC gets bold enough to buy him out, come through. With no heads, I go to the airport and pick him up. Let's go.
That's a code.
That's really all it is because the Lakers low key
is a problem.
That's all it is.
It is.
He wouldn't even be in OKC if he would have signed for like 25 instead of the
exactly. It's never about the game.
Yeah.
It was more about if he's going to be here long enough. I mean,
but he got his
through
bag.
the season.
You know, he did.
Right.
He can opt out of that last year if he wants to. That $42 million contract.
I still think Miami could find a way. I'm not ruling Miami out just yet.
I'm not ruling Miami.
And Dragic is playing just good enough because I got him in fantasy.
Yo, why stick him over there? Yo, you know what?
They don't like Miami.
Reem, let me holler at Reem real quick. Reem, your boy got back into the league. A round of applause. I like it. But now I'm getting a little bit greedy. What is he going to do over there in Portland? They 8-12. What is he going to do over there? I thought your boy wanted to get back in the ring. Not just only to play.
Season around soon, bro. You can't do that. That season's going to turn around real soon. They start every year a little slow.
But Jarv, I thought Melo wanted some jewelry. That's all.
Yo, beggars can't be choosers, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say, beggars can't be choosers.
Okay.
He got it.
That's cool.
He's proven his worth, and now
eat.
a team gonna pick up a good team is gonna pick that phone up now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But CP3 in Miami with Jimmy Butler, you said put Dragic in whatever package. The Dragic is balling right now for his level.
He's playing just good enough to get traded.
My sentiment is exactly.
And Justice Winslow.
Yes. Pack him up.
And Dion Waiters. You could throw him in.
Oh, yeah, because Waiters having edibles on the plane. He's out of there.
No. We do not need waiters in LA. It's too many dispensaries.
We're talking about the OKC for Chris Paul. I don't want waiters.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But wait. What's wrong with waiters in LA?
Bro, Braun couldn't stand waiters in Cleveland.
But when? I don't remember that.
You don't remember they had when Braun first went back, waiters ended up getting moved?
Yeah, but because they had beef, though?
It was personality conflict. You know how that go with Braun.
Yeah, and I didn't know they had like a thing where they can't play on the same team or something like that.
Maybe they could figure it out on the second trip, but
waiters ain't humble still?
If Braun, I mean, from the looks of things.
I mean, hey, Braun and Rondo on the same team, so.
You're right. Dwight and LeBron on the same team.
True.
Dwight had problems with everybody.
When you think about it, if it's about the ring, y'all can slap box it out and go play ball, right? Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I don't need him to OD on these edibles out here.
But that's the kind of play the Lakers need right now.
A
slasher.
That's what I'm saying. I think he can penetrate. He can create also. So, because like I said, Kuz is to me basically the only asset you guys have. So I would say I'm trying to think of people on the market.
Get KCP out of here. Do you want a Miami? Maybe Pat Riley could figure out a way to get KCP to act right.
Gonna take a KCP. What about a Dennis Schroeder from OKC?
OKC might want to keep him. I think they like him.
Well, it depends. No, they do like him, but it depends because he's not. He doesn't really want to be in that 6-man role. So he's on a trading block as well. He's technically a starter. I think when I was looking at that roster, because I watched all the OKC, I'm like, damn, Schroeder would be nice on the Lakers right now.
That's the kind of guard LeBron likes.
Yeah,
I like him.
I'm saying Schroeder could play. He's in a very good attacking guard. He can start. He started in Atlanta. The only reason he's on the 6-man because he played behind Russ and now behind CP3. But on any other team, he can start if there's not a top tier point guard on that team. Like somebody like.
Didn't he play with Dwight too?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta. He was the starter over there. So I feel like that would be, but like I said, not enough assets that the Lakers could trade.
But I don't think you would need as much to get a Schroeder out of there if the opportunity breaks. I'll give our GM this. As much as they killed him a year ago, he's a pretty decent business guy. You know, he knows how to make an all right deal. So
No swindle deals.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you never know. This roster's fluid. I don't think we end the season with this roster. Iguodala's still in the wings too.
I feel like you guys are gonna make a move. Wait, do y'all feel like they're gonna make a move?
Yeah, I expect it.
I think so.
Even if it's a tweak, it's
So
gonna be a
somebody's
move.
gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, KCP's gone. I don't think KCP finishes the year.
Yo, nobody wants KCP, bro.
Listen, let me speak it into existence, man. Get him out of here, bro. I can't stand that guy.
Nobody wants Kentavious. Okay?
Oh my God. Listen, he's playing good right now. He's a bum.
I saw that. I saw what I'm saying. Oh, he's playing. Rich Paul jersey needs to go in the Hall of Fame for getting these
GOAT agent.
Wow, oh, he really needs to go there.
The black Ari gold
My
in
Lord.
living color.
Definitely. So really quick, is there any roster move that you would like them to make? Like, you just said like a slashing guard, pretty much you want here. Baylor, you said like a slashing or playmaking guard or something. Oh, so basically a guard.
You know what? I want like a wingman. Like I feel like we need like a Gary Harris or Reza or Kim Bazemore. Like in some of these players we already had, Kelly Oubre. Like I think we need one of those type players.
What about a Bledsoe, maybe somebody like that?
No, we don't need a Bledsoe. I wanted a Bledsoe a while ago. That train is gone. Bro.
I mean, if somehow we could finagle getting D'Lo out of Golden State, hey,
well,
come home.
We can bring D'Lo back. We can definitely bring D'Lo back.
I'll take that money on. What you mean?
You'll take that money
on AD? We going to the chip?
We're making some change.
I like that one. I like that one.
Oh, you know who else I thought of? I couldn't remember it. Now I remember it now. You know who's on the market right now? Who's available? As a point guard? Jeff Teague from the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's on he's relegated
Teague comes
to
up small in the playoffs though, bro.
He does, but with LeBron and AD, nobody's going to ask him to do much.
True.
He is a starting caliber guard. Right now, he's coming off the bench right now because he spoke to the coach and they're playing a little bit better with the ball in Wiggins' hands. So he said, I'll take a step back and come off the bench so I can get more touches. But he's in this aspiring, or he has 1 year left, but he's making like 15, 16 mil a year.
That's a fair contract to move.
You know what I'm saying? So I looked at Teague. I'm like, Teague would be decent in LA. Him next to Avery Bradley or him next to Danny Green.
We just need another threat on the floor. A true threat.
Exactly. I'm trying to find you a threat on the floor.
I'm telling you, give me a Kelly Oubre or a Gary Harris.
He's not a threat.
I need one of those guys.
They're not available, though.
They're not available, but that's what I'm saying. I want those type of cats.
You know, like Oubre, Jarv?
Not for us. I like Oubre. This is no slander to Oubre, but I'm just looking at our team. I'm like, he don't fit. You know?
Y'all could have had Isaiah.
Bron ain't ever playing with that guy. You kidding me?
Oh, like
if there is a guy Bron not playing with, is him.
Yeah. Oh man, that's interesting. So really quick now, we get down to the playoffs as we talked about, right? So let's say the Lakers do make it there. We get the conference. We get the Western Conference Finals that everybody wants to see. Staples Center battle. Baylor's over there. Hopefully he might be looking at the game through the window. Can't get in there with his slides, but we watching it. Clippers, Lakers, 7-game series. Jarv, who has the edge currently?
Jeez. Oh, man.
Currently,
it's the Clippers.
Wow, honest hour.
If we just looking at the roster,
everybody's healthy right now,
and forget like the X's and O's. That might be a whole different discussion, right? But I said earlier that this is the closest team that Doc has had to them old Celtics teams.
Yeah.
Since then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dogs on that team. There's a lot of guys who really want smoke. Even Kawhi with his goofy self. When it's money time, give him the ball. Yeah. PG, I'm a little iffy on him, but he still don't like it. It's never gonna change. I'm a little iffy on him.
Did he get a little bit better in your eyes? Or
no,
not?
Yes.
Right.
But
you didn't move the needle.
In this regard, Paul George doesn't have to be a brand name with that team. He can be a luxury item. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's like I look at the Clippers and I look at the defense they're gonna play. The only concern I have is that who's going to bite the bullet? Someone's going to have to sit in that crunch time 5.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be Lou Will.
No, he's got to be on the floor.
It might be Pat Bev. But
all 5 of them
Pat Bev got to go.
Pat Bev probably got to go, but all 5 can play.
Well, this is the thing. The only reason why I say that is because then that means you allowing them to cheat because his 3-point shot's not wet.
Yeah.
He's an offensive liability.
He's a liability. So now that makes it slightly easier to defend because they're going to sag off him.
Oh, yeah, they're going to sag.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like if the egos are protected, I like the Clippers right now because I just feel like it's going to go the distance and they have more horses than us currently. So I got to be fair. The Clippers just have what it takes as of today. But if the Lakers make a move, I'm going to talk my talk and I'll change my mind. But right now, I got the Clippers in 7.
Okay. Honest how I like it. BTG, talk to me.
We're terrible defenders on the perimeter, but we're definitely the best. We are.
Yeah.
It's the fact.
I ain't got in the league though.
That's cap.
No, that's if we want to talk about it, we have the best defense in the paint. That's what we got. We change the catch shots up.
Yes.
So as far as our perimeter defense, it's bad. If we can't knock down or if we can't match what they're shooting from the outside, because that's how we lost in the Dallas game. Then we don't stand a chance. But bro, they got to knock down some shots. If they don't knock down some shots, we Gucci on offense.
Yeah.
So I'm not too concerned about it, and I can't stress this enough. I don't care if the Clippers get home court advantage. It's never home court for them. It's never home court for them.
How do we react to LeBron having PG and Kawhi defend him and that stifling our offensive rhythm? That's a problem.
I'm not too concerned. I'm not too concerned about PG-13 under the spotlight. The main person that I'm concerned,
he's gonna play better.
See, well, if that's what you want, no. But if that's what you want, then that's cool. I'm just telling you from what I've seen. So.
It's better.
I'm more concerned. I'm more concerned about Kawhi. I'm more concerned about Kawhi, and I'm more concerned about Sweet Luke coming off the bench. We already know he's going to play the bulk of the minutes in the second half.
Yeah.
So if there's anything, bro, we're owning the paint. We're owning the paint. All I'm more concerned about playing perimeter defense. If we can play somewhat solid perimeter defense and limit them to shooting less than 30% from the 3-point line, I'm not worried about it.
Okay. I mean, I hear that.
What I'm saying is the Clippers have 4 strong players on their team. 2 in which I think one might be starting, but we know Lou's coming off the bench. And there's no denying that. And if they get their role players up and running, it is lights out. That's the same with us. It's just that we're not as consistent as they are. Yeah. And right now, when you look at the records, that tells a lot. Now, they did beat us in the first game, and I put that all on Bron.
All of it? All of it?
Yeah, you are the leader and the coach on the floor.
I think y'all weren't ready. I just think y'all weren't ready for that.
How you not ready? He been in the league for 30 plus years. How you not ready?
I meant the Laker team as a whole. They just weren't ready for that game. But I mean, they still should have won. But
they had some bad possessions after they took the lead. There was a couple of bad possessions there at the end of the third quarter. I think we went up like 7 at one point or something like that. And the Clippers made a quick push, and then it was just like we couldn't stop that momentum. And it was
I'm just
bad
chalking
shots.
it up because it was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm like chalking it up.
That Christmas game.
But there's no pressure. There's no pressure with the Clippers right now. At all. Not as much pressure as the Lakers have.
I disagree.
I think the roles are reversed.
Yeah, I think the Clippers have more pressure than the Lakers right now, honestly.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Because you got to come out here. Bro, the expectations for the Clippers, has been... First of all, the Lob City Clippers had more expectations.
All right.
Yeah, but it's media.
Maybe in LA because it's the Lakers, the pressure is higher. But that's inherent. Nationwide, the Clippers are the favorite.
Yeah,
but we never cared about that though. That's what I'm saying.
Like, but until the Clippers,
they playing. No, but until the Clippers actually do it, then what are we talking about?
Nah, but that's besides the point. Whether they do it or not is besides the point of them having expectations based on the roster they put together.
They're supposed to, technically.
Right. It don't matter.
According to ESPN, the Clippers are supposed to be in the finals.
They are the odds-on favorite.
When did we start? When did we ever start listening to ESPN?
No, but we talking about pressure. We're not saying that. We talking about what the pressure is. Those outside voices get real loud when you're expected to do stuff, Baylor.
Because of the okie doke that they pulled.
Yeah. Hell of an okie doke.
Because of the okie doke they pulled, basically I can't say set the league back, but it put the league in a flux right now. And because they have the most stacked team on paper they are technically considered the favorite. So if they get in a 7-game series, I feel like the Clippers probably would have the odds on. If it's Vegas bets, they'll probably have the odds over the Lakers. It might be slight, but I think this will have the odds. But like you said, that home court advantage, it is a weird, non-existent thing when it comes to those two teams. So that part.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you take away Sweet Lou off the Clippers, what's the expectations?
About the same.
I
still think about the same.
Oh my Lord! They take away Sweet Lou. It's not going 7 games, bro. It's not going 7 games if they take away Sweet Lou.
Damn,
I'm telling you that right now.
Respect Paul George at all, bro.
It's not about the respect. It's more of knowing what we got on this side of the hallway. Because I'm the one that was lobbying for PG to come back home. So I just know who PG is.
You know what's crazy? I look at it this way. The Lakers obviously have 2 top 10 players. Now, do you consider Kawhi and PG 2 top 10 players?
Kawhi is definitely a top 5 player in the league. So and PG is definitely a top 15. He's definitely a top.
PG not a top 10 player right now? His stats line up to be a top 10 player, if we getting technical.
I give him. He might be. I give him top. Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, because if you really break down the top 10, it's a gang of cats.
It is. I mean, you could honestly 5 through 10. You could throw that in anywhere. Right. You could throw. Some people throw Karl Anthony Towns in there. Some people throw Embiid. Some
players have kind of regressed, like Jokic out in Denver. He's not looking super elite like he did a year ago.
What I'm saying. A lot of players regressed. So
you got him tomorrow. I hope he don't look like
him in the top 10. I mean, I don't know. Never know. So really quick before we move on down to the crossover segment, this was one of the questions as well. Do you fellas think is there any team in the East that can give the Lakers a challenge if they do get to the finals? Like say for instance.
No, we're gonna move on to the crossover segment. We good.
Nah.
Sweep.
They'll probably get a game or 2, but nah.
I like how
them years with J Kidd.
I like how Boston is. They a little bit feisty now, but no, man, no.
And
they too small.
Philly is exactly what I thought they were. When people were talking about finals, I'm like, where?
I feel so good about how.
and look. As quiet as kept, all this talk about if AD goes down or if Bron goes down or if both. Bro, you got to apply that same pressure to every team because if Milwaukee lose Giannis, it's a wrap.
It's over. Definitely over for them, 100%. But I do think the Lakers still have to address that need, though. Yeah. If one of those brothers do go down for even 10 games.
I would say this. Outside of the Clippers, Justin, I give y'all credit for sticking up for the Clippers. Outside of the Clippers, bro, everybody need adjustments. Mm-hmm. Everybody.
I agree. You know how I feel? I know a lot of people are anointing certain teams. I don't see any unbeatable team.
Agreed.
Like, at all.
It's no definitive favorite.
I feel like literally anybody can be beat on any given night if they have a good night, a hot shooting night. Somebody come off the bench, give you 30, coaching, stuff like that. There's
come on, man. The biggest failure or letdown right now within these 20 games, it has been Utah and Portland.
Oh, yeah.
In the strong West, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? True. So, I mean, come on, man.
All right. We'll see, man. Lakers got to do some moves.
I know we sun in San Antonio right now. And they just beat the Clippers. Shout out to CL.
CL, what up, boy?
CL.
So it is what it is. Everybody needs some adjustment.
No, classic CL line. No, CL, I know you're gonna listen to this, so send that voicemail in. Pony up, as he used to say.
Pony up. He got me so upset.
Yo, don't let us sweep San Antonio this season.
It's coming. Up. We already took both at the crib too.
Yeah,
that's a wrap. CL, what's good, boy?
Fellas, let's get to the crossover segment.
Not a game. We talking about practice.
To close out the show, as I always do, crossover segment where I do player comparisons from different eras. The fellas here, Jarv and BTG, act as fantasy GM, and they tell me who they would take out of the guys in their prime if they were building a team. So I'm doing a 3-choice crossover segment this time, not the head-to-head format. So throwing 6 players out there, both of y'all have to pick 2 out of the 6, pair them up, of who you would start your franchise with. So I'm going to throw these guys out. For the guards, Isaiah Thomas, classic Isaiah Thomas. Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving. For the guards. For your bigs, Patrick Ewing, Dwight Howard, the Joker, Nikola Jokic. I'm going to go through those again. Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, Patrick Ewing, Dwight Howard, Nikola Jokic. 3 different type of bigs, 3 similar guards. Depending on what you like, you building your squad. Give me 2 out of the 6 that you would pair for your perfect squad. Jarv is over here thinking.
Yeah.
Baylor, you crickets over there. What is happening?
I'm looking at these names. I'm like, God dang.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, Patrick Ewing, Dwight Howard, Nikola Jokic. Think about their skill sets, what they bring to the table. Because all 3 of them do different things. Who's ready?
I'm going to go with...
go ahead, Bill.
You got that, Jarv. No, you got that, Jarv. Come on, we both pump fake, baby. We both pump fake with you in the studio.
All right, I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna. As
hesitation in the
as much as I love the boy Kyrie,
I know you do.
It's documented. That is my guy. I'll defend him to the end. But I gotta go. Allen Iverson.
Ooh.
In the Georgetown Hoya connection, Bozo Nation was good. Patrick Ewing.
Wow.
I feel like Patrick Ewing was always on the cusp. He was so near. All he needed was a dog in the backcourt who was actually talented. No, John Starks was not Allen Iverson. Stop it. You 90s Knicks fans make me sick. Okay? Allen Iverson with prime Ivo, prime Ewing. You're getting 1 championship out of those boys. At least 1.
In the East, too?
In the East. Maybe the year Jordan retired the first time. Iverson's not going 3 for 18. Iverson's taking you home. Bubba Chuck, taking you home. Yeah, Hoya connection. I'm going with that.
Iverson, Patrick Ewing. Baylor, who you got? Talk to me.
And see, this is the cool part about it. I have my answer already, but I wanted to see what Jarv was going to say, and this is why me and Jarv get along. Because I too have Iverson and Pat. And for the simple reason that, you know, Pat is a underrated passer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and Iverson can pretty much do more than, well, I don't want to be disrespectful to Zeke, but Iverson is a way better guard than Kyrie will ever be. Because of leadership, number 1. And two, I think Kyrie is one of the best guards to attack the rim. But Iverson is just special.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like playing along and a fellow alumni as well. So yeah, I gotta go with Iverson and Pat, man.
Fellas.
Oh boy.
This is where we part ways.
Okay.
I do love the choices because that actually was my first choice. Until I re-looked at it again, I'm like, damn, am I being true to myself?
Oh boy.
Picking these guys. So,
I already know who your guard is. Off the rip. Go ahead.
Is it true to just if I choose Allen Iverson? I love Allen Iverson. Love the little man. You know how I am. But I gotta go Isaiah Thomas on this. I have to.
You like those feisty point guards.
I love it.
Yeah.
Listen, I got it because, number 1, I think Isaiah Thomas is a better player than Allen Iverson.
I mean,
I had to think about it for a second.
Ain't no crime in thinking that. All-time great.
I love me some Iverson. I mean, it's hard for me to pick any small guards over Iverson. But
are you talking about skill-wise or overall?
Everything.
Yeah, that Pistons had a better roster than Ivo. He dragged some slugs.
He definitely dragged some slugs.
But I think if you would have unleashed IT the way you unleashed Iverson in the mid-90s, He'd have dropped 30 a night, I think.
He already was dropping 25 and giving you 10 assists to go with those 25. Remember in the fourth quarter, he dropped 28 on a bum leg?
Yeah.
I mean, those kind of moments, I just can't. And he was
NBA
the leader.
politics is the only reason why people don't revere Isaiah Thomas, the original, more than they should.
Yes, definitely NBA politics with that, 100%. And because of what he did to Jordan, they're not feeling that. So I have to go Isaiah Thomas because I feel like he's the more complete guard for what I'm asking for in my team. Building my personal team. I love Allen Iverson, but I think with Allen Iverson on my team, now I have to build around him a little bit differently. That's how I looked at it. With Isaiah on my team, I can put any two guard there. A slashing two guard, a shooting two guard. But with Iverson, I got to put him at the 2 and get a big point guard that he can guard the 1. Or you could put him at the 1, but then he might be chucking too.
I think 2 shooters at the 2 and the 3, Charles Oakley and Pat Ewing, and go to war. That's how I'm looking at it. You know?
Okay. I mean, I had Ewing too, so we all had Ewing as a center.
Ewing, the most disrespected all-time great ever. You know, if you're really thinking about it in the NBA,
Ewing, man.
He's one of the greatest bigs of all time. Not just like a great for a moment, like greatest ever.
Yeah.
And no one talks about him because he played for the Knicks and they didn't win. They talk about the missed layup more than the fact that he was a monster his whole career.
Yeah.
Hey, Hoya Destroyer, I got respect for you.
So, fellas, do you think the Joker can get anywhere? Can he get up? Can he be better than Ewing? The Joker. How y'all feel about it? I'm not a huge Joker fan.
He ain't been in enough fights yet.
Yeah, I'm
saying when his career is done. I'm saying when his career is done.
Nah.
Well, we don't know. His career could be done in a couple of years. We
I
don't
just
know.
don't see his style of play as something that's transcendent or Hall of Fame-ish, like championship level.
I mean,
like,
you got a Sabonis as his...
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, he's a Sabonis tier. Like, he'll have some good seasons. They'll have some cute playoff runs like last year. But then it's going to be a real dude that's going to come through and get him up out of there. And that's what's always going to happen. Like, Rick Smits, Sabonis, those guys. That's who he is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's fair. No, that's definitely fair because you know right now...
Vlade,
Eldon Campbell type or something like
these
that.
guys.
Yeah, because right now, technically, he's an analytics guard because he's damn near averaging a triple-double or close to. So if you put his numbers up to other centers, you would say, damn, this man should be an all-time great. But how do you impact the game? Is he impacting the game the same way Ewing was? Not to me.
Well, what about the basketball? You know, the calculators are cute, but what about the game?
Yes.
You know, what does it look like?
Cute.
Yeah, like what does it look like when you watching it?
Yeah.
Is it a triple double? Where you like, damn, we can't do nothing with him, or is it he compiling numbers throughout 30-something minutes a night? Which one is it?
True indeed.
The Joker is a safe pick if we playing 3-on-3. I'm definitely picking him.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But as far as Zeke and Iverson, I think we got to go to Twitter with this. I mean, no, matter of fact, let's call Jeffrey himself. Who would he be afraid of more? That Detroit Pistons or Iverson on the island? I'm going with Alchemist. I got to go with the Alchemist.
I might have to go with that too.
Now, they'll call Kyrie in the playoffs.
Yeah, but fellas, really quick, I just looked at the score just now on my iPad. The Knicks just lost by 44 points.
Oh, really?
44 points. 132 to 88 to the Bucks.
Bozo Nation, boy.
44 points, I just said.
For the Knicks fans who listen to this show and who support the show and who come on the show, I need to understand why y'all thought signing 68 power forwards was going to change anything about you. Because Knicks fans are real confident. Oh, we got RJ Barrett. We got the steal of the draft. We got this guy. What's his name? Is from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Morris twins. I told y'all about Julius Randle 2 years ago. What's going on in Bozo Nation? Now it's the coach's fault. You ever see the cycle of the Knicks fan? Now it's the coach's fault.
Now it's the coach's fault. Everybody.
Yeah, the Knicks, man. You know what, Knicks? Hey, Knicks fans, keep y'all head up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still got that cute. Y'all still got that cute chick. She just ghetto. She loud. She talk to people on her speakerphone. That's what y'all. Yeah, that's what y'all got right now. So sooner or later, she'll calm down.
44 points in the Garden too.
You still got that drop, you bum. You still got that in there?
Where is that?
You bum. Yeah.
There we go. Bozo Nation, fellas, man. I appreciate y'all joining me for this Laker Roundtable, man. We got a lot of good Laker material about this, y'all, man.
Hey, we 20 games in, so me and Jarv should be back right after All-Star game.
Maybe before that. What's that? Also,
Maybe before that.
50 games. That's what 50,
because they pushed
55?
it. It's later than normal.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like it's later than normal in Chicago. Damn, it's cold as shit in Chicago. Yeah, I think that's like 50 games and maybe a little bit before. Maybe
I mean,
that's 20
that's
games check-in.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's well enough time to see where Kuz is at.
Yeah. Oh yes. And I need to ask y'all again if y'all by the time the next episode comes, if y'all want to trade that boy. I want to hear that.
By mid-season, I'm either gonna be happy or fed up. So,
hey man, you know me. I'm okay with being wrong if it's right for the team.
That is true. But fellas, before we get on there, I must say I'm proud of y'all for no Raymond James slander today.
Hey man,
I'm proud of Jarv in particular. No Raymond James.
It's difficult, bro. You know,
So disrespectful.
and I mean
nothing disrespectful to.
I sit in the crib and I be like, yo, I really got to cheer for this dude.
Wow.
Man. Y'all don't understand how sickening that makes me feel.
Family, you don't understand how this man talks about LeBron James and
Raymond.
Jarv, Baylor, fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me, man. As always, y'all know y'all always got a penthouse seat, fellas.
You already know what it is, man. It's good to be back.
Sir. So family, that's Above the Rim, episode 112, and we out.